So good morning all. We are continuing with the unit number 3, that is structure query language. In today's lecture we are going to see what are the different SQL commands, and then we are going to see what are the different types of SQL commands, and then we begin with the basic query structure, how to query over the relation or table. Then we will say select clause, and we are going to see where clause, then the from clause, and at the end I will demonstrate how to create the table and how to query over the table. And at the end there will be a question answer session. So what is SQL commands? Basically, SQL commands are instructions. SQL commands are instructions given to database to do something. So it is called as SQL commands are called as instructions. These instructions is used to communicate with the database. With the help of these instructions, you are going to communicate with the database. It is used to perform specific tasks, functions, and queries of the data. So these SQL commands will help us to complete a specific task, complete a particular function, and query over the data. So these are the uses of the SQL commands. SQL can perform various tasks like create table, add data into table, drop the table, modify the table, and set permission for the users. So with the help of SQL commands, you can create the table. I will demonstrate this, how to create the table, how to add the data to the tables. Again, I'm going to demonstrate how to add the data to the tables, how to drop the table, how to modify the table, and set permission for the users. Types of SQL commands. Next is types of SQL commands. So there are 5 types of SQL commands. First one is DDL. Next one is DML, DCL, TCL, and DQL. Okay. So actually your SQL commands are gets divided into 5 types. First one is your DDL. It is called a data definition language. Next is DML, data manipulation language. Next is DCL, data communication language. TCL, transaction communication language, and data query language, DQL. So these are the 5 types of SQL commands in SQL. So in detail, we are going to learn it. SQL commands. First is DDL, that is your data definition language. Now you are a bit familiar with this. Then DML, data manipulation language. You have also learned this concept, data manipulation language. Data control language. Okay, it's new to you, but you must be familiar with all these types of SQL commands. We will have queries of DDL and DML, and as and when required, we will follow remaining commands, DCL. TCL and DQL. Next is TCL, and last one is DQL, data query language. So these are the types of SQL commands. And now we are going to see what are the different constructs inside each type of SQL commands. So in DDL, so in this DDL, first is create statement, create command. So this create command belongs to DDL and it is used to create the table. Next is drop. Drop is used to drop the table. And it is again one data definition language statement, or you can say commands. Next is alter. If you want to modify the definition of the table, you can use the alter command to do so. Next is truncate. Okay, it is used to truncate the table. So with the help of this, we can do the truncate operation. As and when these statements come into our syllabus, we are going to learn it in detail. Next is DML, data manipulation language. First is insert. With the help of insert statement, you can insert the data into the database. Next is update. With the help of update, you can update the DML or update the table into a database system. That's why it is called as data manipulation language. You are manipulating over the data. That's why it is called as data manipulation language. Next is delete. If you want to delete a particular row, you can delete. If you want to delete all the rows from the table, you can delete it with the help of delete command. Next is DCL, data control language. You can apply the grants. Okay, so it's one of the data administrative task. Apply the grants that they can do with the help of DCL. Then revoke. Apply the grants and you can revoke the grant. That is the permissions you have given to particular user to access a particular relation. Next is TCL, transaction control language. So first statement is commit. Commit means you have completed a particular task and now you are going to make the changes into the database system. So once you complete the task and once we say commit, all the changes will be permanently marked in your database. Rollback. Rollback, if you want to roll back a particular transaction, you can roll back with the help of rollback statement. It is similar to your undo operation. So these are called as transaction control language. Next is data query language. Okay, so it's a simple. You have to, one point is there, save point in the TCL, which will help you to monitor the transaction. With the help of save point, you can do this. So next is DQL, that is data query language. There is only one statement, or you can say command, that is select. With the help of select, you can return the data from the database. So you are in these all are the 5 types of commands, and with the help of this, you can perform various tasks. And with our syllabus, this DDL, DML, and DQL is important, and we have small focus on this DCL and TCL. It is just for your information. As a database engineer or database administrator, you should be familiar with this concept. That's why I added into this lecture, DCL and TCL. And these both the points are very important. That's why I have added into it. So we're a bit more focus on this DDL and DML statements and DQL statements. I will show some few points as and when needed, this DCL and TCL. So these are all are the types of SQL commands. Next is basic query structure. How you have to write the query. This is the called as query structure. So this is the basic query structure. This is the structure. A typical SQL query has the following form. Select is a keyword, and then you have to select attributes from your table A1, A2, so on up to AN. And then from R1, that is a relation 1, R2 relation 2 to Rm. And then where? This is P is nothing but the predicate. That is the condition. Based on that, it will retrieve the number of tuples from your table. So this is the simple basic query structure of the SQL. Select from where. And this will help you to retrieve the data as per your requirement from the database system. So here it is, AI represents the attribute, RI represents the relation, and P represents the predicate. So this is the basic structure of the query. Select from where. In the select, you can mention attributes. In the from, you can mention the name of the relations, that is table, and in the where, you can mention the condition. Based on that condition, you are going to return the tuples. So this is called as basic query structure. Once you use it, you can get the idea of this. It's not too much difficult. It's very simple. Only thing is select from where you have to remember. Keep in mind the result of the query, SQL query, is a relation. Whatever output of this query is again a relation. We will see this once we come to demonstration. Then the select clause. The select clause lists the attributes desired in the result of the query. So the select clause lists the attributes desired in the select of a query. For example, if you want to retrieve name of all the instructors, you can write this select, and here it is name of the attribute, that is name. It is one of the attribute of the instructor table, and you have to mention from name of the relation is instructor. So this is the simple query which will retrieve name of the all the instructor. Name of the all the instructor. Note that SQL names are case insensitive. Again, I am repeating this. You may use upper or lowercase letters. Okay. Name, this name is similar to this name. This name is similar to this name to the SQL. Okay. Some people you will find uppercase whenever the keywords are there. For example, there is uppercase for select, uppercase for from. There is no difference between this select and uppercase select. No difference from this from statement and uppercase letter from statement. Both are similar, as I mentioned over here. Because SQL names are case insensitive. They are not sensitive. So this is about the select clause. there are some continuation with this. SQL allows duplicates in the relation as well as in query results. So this SQL allows duplicates in the relation as well as in the query result. To force the elimination of duplicates, insert the keyword distinct. This keyword will retrieve only distant values from the relation after the select. Find the department name of all the instructor and remove the duplicate. Suppose this is the query. Find the name of the department names of all instructors and remove the duplicates. So how will you write the query? You can write the query like this. Select. You have to mention this distinct before the column name, that is department name, and then from instructor. So this select distinct department name from instructor will retrieve all the department names and it will remove the duplicates. Next is the keyword all. Specify that duplicates should not be removed. If you want to all the duplicates be present in the result, just mention with the help of all. Select all department name from instructor. So you have to mention select all department name from instructor. So this query will retrieve all the department names. All the department names. Again, some basic things related with the select clause. The select clause can contain arithmetic expressions involving the plus, minus, multiplication, and division, and operating on the constant or attributes of tuples. Okay, for example, here it is the query. Select ID, name, salary divided by 12. So you will get the monthly salary from the instructor. So this is the division operation here it is used. You can write the arithmetic expressions into the query. So you can use the as clause into the query like this. Select ID, name, salary divided by 12 adds monthly salary. So it will show you this salary column with the title monthly salary, and here it is, you will get this salary divided by 12 answer into the monthly salary column. That is the monthly salary of that particular instructor. Next is where clause. Where clause specifies conditions. Keep in mind, this where clause specifies conditions that the result must satisfy. That the result must satisfy. To find all the instructor in computer science department, how will you find this? To find all instructors in computer science department. So this is the way to find it. You have to mention what you need here. In the query, you have to find the instructor. So you need to mention the name of the attribute name. And from the relation instructor. So you have to mention from relation instructor. And in the query itself, this is called as query. To find all instructor in computer science. Which instructor you require? From computer science department. So I have mentioned over here, department name is equal to computer science. So this is the way to mention the condition by using the where clause. Department name is equal to computer science. So these comparison results can be combined using the logical connectives and, or, and not. So this will use logical connectives and, or not. For example, to find all instructors in computer science department with salary greater than 80,000. So to do this, you have to mention select name from instructor. Why we have selected name over here? It is mentioned over here. Find all the instructors. That's why in the select clause I mentioned name from department, and where department is equal to computer science and salary is greater than 80,000. So this is the way to add the logical connectives into the where clause. So this comparison can be applied to the result of arithmetic expressions. You will get the result as per the logical connectives, and that result will be present. Next is from clause. The from clause lists the relations involved in the query. So in the from clause, it will consist the relations which is involved in the query. So here it is. This is the one Cartesian product. Find the Cartesian product instructor into teachers. So you can do this with the help of this. Select star from instructor and teachers, which generates every possible instructor and teachers pairs with all attributes from both the relations. So these are the common attributes, ID, and so on. All the attributes in the result table are named using the relation name instructor.id. We will see it what is meant by this Cartesian product. It will do the multiplication of all the tuples present in the instructor and all the tuples present in the teachers. This is called as Cartesian product. We will see it later on. So this Cartesian product not very useful directly, but useful combined with the where clause condition, that is selection operation in relational algebra. These are the with complex queries you require this Cartesian product. So I will continue with the demonstration how to create the tables. So Yogesh is there, roll number 22.
Yes, sir.
Have you understood whatever I am teaching?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next is roll number 54, Jagruti. Are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Have you understood what I have taught?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm going to demonstrate how to create the tables into the database. So is this screen is visible? Black, and there is a cursor blinking.
Okay.
Okay. So already I have created one table. Name of the table is student. Okay. So I will show you the values into it. So how to write? You have to mention select, and this is the Oracle command prompt. I have installed Oracle database on my laptop. There are a number of databases present in the market like Oracle, MySQL, PostgreSQL, DB2, and many more. So mostly used Oracle and MySQL. So you can use any database to query over or create the tables into the database. So with the I have already installed and I have opened it. how to install and how to open it. If you could just do the Google, you will get the idea. So I'm going to just execute the queries so that you will get the idea how to do the how to query over the database. So just I will, here it is, I will say select star. So what it does, what this means, select means you are selecting number of attributes. What the star indicates? Star indicates all the attributes of the relation, and you are retrieving all the attributes from student relation, which is already I have created. So just see the output, and I will explain from basic how to create the table, how to insert the data, and how to query over the database. So at the end semicolon, just enter, you will get this information. So select star from student will retrieve all the tables, tuples from the table student. So already I have inserted all these records. So roll number, URN number, name, and branch. These are the 4 columns of the student relation, and these are the respective numbers. Roll number 2, 9, 20, 24, and 48. Respective names and respective URN number along with the branch. So this is the way to retrieve the data. Now I'm going to drop this table. I have created this already. I'm going to drop it. Just say drop table, drop table student. So is this visible? Whatever I'm typing over here, is it readable? Anybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, okay, fine. Drop table student and then semicolon. That is the end of the query. That's why you have to mention semicolon. So it simply gives you message drop table dropped, means table is deleted from the database. And now if you mention select star from student and you are going to retrieve the data, select star from student and you are going to retrieve the data, just see what is the message. This is the message. Select star from student, error at the line number 1. And what is the error over here? The table or view does not exist. Means this table is not present in the database. This table is not present in the database. So in the yesterday lecture, we have seen how to create the table. So we are going to learn it. So this is the simple query to create the table. This is the simple query to create the table. How to create the table? You have to mention create table, then give any name to the table, that is student, and these are the attributes of the student table: roll number, URN number, name and branch. And this is the query to create the table. Yesterday I have given the assignment. In that assignment you have to write the queries like this for respective relation. Create table student, roll number, give the space, and after that you have to mention integer comma. You are going to store integer number into a roll number, comma. In the next URN space integer, then you are going to store the integer values, mention comma. The next is name, inside space, and then you have to mention the data type varchar, maximum length is 30, comma, and then this branch, name of the column, that is attribute, space, varchar 20. And here it is, you have to end this create table statement with this bracket. Whatever it is present, you have to mention in this bracket and add then semicolon. This is the way to create the table. And these queries, similar queries you have to write for the assignment number 4 that I have given in yesterday's lecture. So just I'm going to copy it and go to SQL command prompt. This is the SQL command prompt to interact with the database. Just paste. I'm not going to type because time limitation is there. I want to complete all the simple points. So once you enter, you will get this message: table created. Table created. Now I'm going to mention over here, select star from student. Previously I have mentioned select from student. At the time I will get the message, error message, that is table doesn't exist. Now I have created the table. Now I'm going to select star from student. So see what is the output. No roles selected. No roles selected means in this table is present, but no data is present in the table. So you need to insert the data into this student table. So how to insert? So this is the way to insert the data. You have to mention insert keyword into, and then you have to mention name of the table, insert into student. Values is again keyword, you have to mention the values. In this bracket you have to mention the values. This is our first, keep this sequence. This is our first is roll number, so 402 is roll number. Second column is URN number, so second value you have to pass, that is your URN number. Then third is name. Here it is, I have mentioned this name, Sumit Mohite. Then next is branch. I have mentioned this branch. So whatever string variables are there or string values are there, you have to put it inside the single quotation using this single quotation. And every element here it is, you have to separate by comma. And if name, address, such kind of attributes you have mentioned using the varchar, you have to mention it in single quotation. So here it is, this Sumit Mohite I have kept in single quotation, and this mechanical branch I have kept inside the single quotation. So at the end, close this bracket and give the semicolon, and this is the way to insert the data into the table. So this is the, you have to write this query to insert the data. So what is the message over here? The message is one row created. The message is one row created. So again I'm going to execute this query, select star from student, and just see what is the output. So this is the output of the query. Select star from student. In this we have one tuple, roll number 402, URN number, this is the URN number, this is the name Sumit Mohite, and this is the branch mechanical. So now I'm going to insert another tuple with the similar syntax. So see, one row created. I have inserted 409 Shivani, and branch is electrical. And now I'm going to retrieve the data. Select from student. Now in my table I have two tuples. First is roll number 402 and second one is roll number 409, and their respective URN number, name and branch. Now I am going to add the third row. So see, insert into student values 420. This will be our number. Yes, More, and civil is branch. And one row. Once you complete this successfully, you will get this message: one row created. Means your this data is successfully inserted into the table student. So just see whether this data is inserted or not. Just select star from student. Yes, this 420 yes more is inserted into the table student. Similarly, I am going to insert these values. One row created 420. Kushbu Naga and aeronautical is branch. Next is insert into student values 448 Birazdar Sachin and branches automobile. Next is, so here it is, insert into student values, and I will get the error message. What is the error message over here? Value too large for column system.student.branch. So yeah, this branch जो कॉलम आहे त्याच्यासाठी व्हॅल्यू जास्त आहेत जे तुम्ही लिमिट दिलेले त्याच्यापेक्षा. That's why this error message comes. So such kind of error message you need to troubleshoot. So just deliberately kept it like this. You have to minimize the length of the values of that particular column. Again is too much. Electronics and telecommunication, I will keep this. One row created, and just see, select star from student whether all the values are present or not. Yes, all the values are present. So these are the respective roll number. This is our first column, this is our second column, this is our third column, and this is our fourth column. And this is the way to create the table into the database, and this is the way to insert the data into the table. And this is how database system is used to store the values of particular organization. Only one table I have created. We have seen, we have drawn the ER diagrams, we have drawn the relational diagrams. All these things, all these tables you can insert into a database system. Create the table, insert the values. There are relations. We will see it later on, primary key and foreign key. So in today's lecture, I'll just simply mention that how to create the table, insert the values, drop the table, and query over the table. Just give me a few more minutes to complete this task. So suppose this is the query. Is this visible? Anyone? Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes.
Yes. So I want, this is the query. Display the student information. Or retrieve, or simply I can mention retrieve all the students from student relation. This is the query. How will you write the query for this query? Simply mention select star from student. It will retrieve all the student information. So already we have covered this. Just mention select star from student to retrieve the values. Suppose second query is display all the students students' roll number and names. You want only the roll numbers and names. So mention column names into the select. Keep in mind, select roll number, comma name from student. So just see the how to retrieve it. Roll number, comma name from student. This will retrieve only the roll number and name. Just see output. What is your requirement? You have just retrieve the roll number and name. If suppose you want a particular person want only name of the students in the student relation. So how will you write the query? Just mention select name from student. So it will retrieve only the name column and you will get this output. If suppose particular person want only the roll number from the student, just mention roll number from student. You will get this output. It will retrieve only the roll number. If particular student want to know the branches of the, so just mention select branch from student. So it will retrieve all the branches. It will retrieve all the branches. So this is the way to use the select from clause. Now suppose my query is like this. What is the name and roll number of the student whose URN number is this 17511034? So how to write the query? This is the way to write the query. Select roll number and name from student and where its URN number is equal to this. So just write this. Select roll number and name from student and you have to mention where plus where URN is equal to, this is the number 17151034. See the output. It will retrieve this roll number 420 and name of the student is Yashmani. If suppose query is like this, I want to know the name of roll number 2. So how will you come to know? Just mention roll number name from student where roll number is equal to 402. See the output. This is the name of the student, roll number 2, Sumit Moite. So this is the way to query over the database using the select, from and where. Understand these 3 words: select, from, where. If you understood this unit number 3 is easy for you and it's quite interesting to query over the database using these clauses. So here it is.